Hey guys, so in this video, this is the introduction to the midday meditation practice for the self-transformation challenge, which you can find right here at patreon.com/GabboTheShaman. If you're interested, it's there. So in this video, I will be explaining the introduction, giving kind of an introduction to the midday meditation practice. So, if you haven't already, you'll need to go do the morning practice, at least one time before beginning this midday meditation. So, yeah, because, so basically, I'll explain how this works for you. In the self-transformation challenge, there's 3 phases to it, and each phase has a morning practice, a midday practice, and a nighttime practice. And so I would like you to, if you're doing the self-transformation challenge, we already have a few people signed up. If you're doing the self-transformation challenge, go ahead and do the morning practice for if you want to do it, you should at least do it once before you do the midday meditation. But if you want to get the benefits of the midday meditation, then you'll do the morning meditation, the morning practice, which is the morning practice is actually Kundalini yoga. It involves some yoga and some stretching and things like that, and also some energy work, a little bit of energy work in there. So yeah, so if you haven't already, you'll need to go do the morning practice at least once before beginning the midday meditation. And then, and it's okay it's okay with me if you just want to do the morning practice for a while before beginning the midday meditation. This is because, the morning practice is very powerful. So, just doing the morning practice on its own is, will cause a lot of changes within you. So, yeah, let's see. So, it's good to do the morning practice for, a week to get used to it, to get your body, used to the energy and stuff like that, and then go into the midday meditation, and that'll really kick it up a notch. The midday meditation is it's really powerful too. So it's really powerful to connect you with your intention and to get your 3 selves aligned. So let's see. So yeah, it's okay with me if you want to do just the morning practices for a while before beginning the midday meditation practice. Because the truth is, the morning practices are extremely powerful. If you continue to do it consistently every day for the next 30 to 90 days. So yeah, if you continue to do the morning practices, for the next 30 to 90 days, that you initially commit to, because it's the Patreon is a pay by month kind of thing. So if you want to do it for 30 days and try it out, then you just do the morning practice every day for 30 days. That's pretty simple. So if you can continue to do it consistently every day for at least the next 30 to 90 days that you initially commit to, you will definitely see a change. I can promise you that. These practices are very powerful. I learned them from a master shaman, and he teaches a course that's very similar to this, and I got permission from him to go ahead and teach this stuff to you guys. So, yeah, my hope is that that you integrate this morning practice. So the morning practice, I hope that you integrate that into your life so that it becomes second nature, just like waking up and showering and brushing your teeth and all that. Like it should become. You should make the morning practice a part of your daily routine. Just like showering and brushing your teeth, things like that. So if you do that, I guarantee you massive success over the long term. Just doing the morning practice over, if you do that practice consistently throughout the rest of your life, like you'll see a big shift. You'll see big changes, and you'll change your life in a big way. I've been doing this practice for about 8 months, and within the first 3 months, my life totally changed because I got the medical attention and things that I needed, and I got put on the right medication, and I don't think that would have happened if I hadn't done these practices. So it is very powerful. Also, like the way you think will start to shift, and you'll become more peaceful. You'll become enlightened, as they say. uh, Enlightenment is really just realizing, seeing your behaviors as they are and understanding the causes of your behaviors. So it's really, enlightenment is overblown. But so yeah. So yeah, you should make this morning practice a part of your daily routine. If you do that, you will get massive success over the long term, over the rest of your life. So if you'd like to join the Self-Transformation Challenge and have access to, the videos, the video courses, I'll be putting up more phases, because right now I just have phase 1 up. That's the basic phase. Phase 2 is working with the 5 elements, and phase 3 phase 3 is working with the immortals, working with the ascended masters, working to become an immortal. There's some very high level practices in level 3. So yeah, it's very powerful. So so yeah, each phase will have different steps. It's like a ladder. You have to start at the bottom, because the whole point of the tiers is so that your your nervous system, these are all practices in the first level that will awaken your nervous system, awaken your kundalini energy, will awaken the energy meridians within your body and things like that. And so yeah, you have to start at a baseline and then work your way up the practices. You can't just start on top and expect, immediate results. Because even if you do start on the top level, it'll still take you, a good 6 months to get your nervous system, prepared. And there are some dangers to doing high level exercises when you haven't even done just the basics, because it's just too powerful. It's going to fry your nerves. It's going to, cause you to blow a circuit, and literally your energy meridians will feel like tingly and feel like they just fried. So if you want to do this self-transformation challenge, and have access to all the video course, I will be uploading levels 1, 2, and 3. I have the first first phase, the first level, uploaded already on Patreon. So if you subscribe now, you can go and get the morning, the midday, and the nighttime practices. So, so yeah, and then in 90 days, I will be uploading phase 2. So, because each phase should be done for 90 days, every day for 90 days. I know it's a big commitment, but if you want to become Dr. Manhattan or, the Hulk, or, have, supernatural abilities, then this is what you got to do. It's got to be a daily practice for you. So, okay, so now I'll explain what we want to accomplish with the midday practice, with the midday meditation. So in the morning practice, is designed to stimulate the Kundalini energy of the body, and the Kundalini is very important for psychological human interaction. There's a difference between Chi, Prana, life force energy. So Chi, Prana, life force energy, those are all kind of the same thing. But then Kundalini energy is something totally different. And if you search on YouTube, you'll hear people say Kundalini energy, or Kundalini. So you'll hear people say Kundalini is the life force of the universe. This is false. Chi, Prana, life force energy, that is the life force energy of the universe. Chi and Prana and life force energy, that's what's called the life force energy of the universe. Kundalini is specific to human beings, and it is the energy within the nervous system and the spinal column that's connected to the chakras, that actually grounds the soul into a human experience on planet Earth. So remember, your soul is infinite. Your soul is in your heart, so in your heart center, and so your soul is infinite, and it's got to be, we've got to ground this infinity into limited human existence. And so how do we do that? We it's the Kundalini energy that grounds that. It's the nervous system, the meridians, the energy centers, the energy meridians. It's the chakras. It's all that grounds the soul into a human experience, into a human existence. The Kundalini is specific to human beings, and it's the energy within the nervous system, the spinal column, that's connected to the chakras, which actually grounds the soul into human experience on planet Earth. So the reason Kundalini is seen as a way of achieving enlightenment is because we need Kundalini to achieve enlightenment. Or the reason let's see. The reason Kundalini is seen as a way of achieving enlightenment is not because we need Kundalini to achieve enlightenment. Kundalini awakenings, Kundalini, enlightenment. That's not actually what's going on. So the reason Kundalini is seen as a way of achieving enlightenment is not because you need Kundalini to achieve enlightenment. It's because you need to clean and purify the Kundalini energy to achieve enlightenment. Because again, Kundalini is that human psychological energy, and all of our psychology, all of our thoughts, feelings, emotions, all of that is energy. So we need to clean our energy. We need to purify it. We need to, balance it and all that. So that the Kundalini yoga that's meant to clean that Kundalini energy, to purify it, to balance it, to make it harmonize. And so you clean and purify the Kundalini energy through becoming a mature person. The people I could name names. Not gonna do that. I've seen YouTubers who are, on Kundalini psychosis, but yeah, it's funny. But that's not at all how you would, people think that just because they have experiences that they're enlightened. Not the case at all. It's when you become comfortable with your uncomfortable feelings and emotions that you're enlightened. That's the true enlightenment. So you clean and purify your Kundalini energy through becoming a mature person. And the 7 chakras are the 7 stages to maturity. The root chakra is, your security, your, moving beyond your fear, developing, a security in who you are, in yourself, and, a safe, it's like the basic of need, the most basic of needs. And so then I'm not gonna explain all the chakras right now because this is not the video for that. But I'll explain it in another video. So moving on, your nervous system and brain is part of the your nervous our nervous system and our brain is part of the hardware and software that grounds the soul into the body on earth. So yeah, our brain and our nervous system, there's different nerve plexuses in the body. So there's our solar plexus has actual neurons. Our heart chakra, our heart is said to have neurons in it, and that's this part of the nervous system and all that. Just like our brain has neurons in it, our gut, our navel center, as we would say in Qigong, our navel center has has neurons in it. Has part of the nervous system is in that area. So and it's a part of I guess the Chinese would call it or the Taoists would call this the lower dantian. It's an energy center. It's like another brain, just like your heart has neurons in it, and your brain has neurons in it. Your navel center has neurons in it. So yeah, our nervous system and brain is part of the hardware and software that grounds our soul into our body on earth. So through our human personality and the lessons that we learn, this is what helps us free the soul. So I'll repeat that again. Through our human personality and the lessons that we learn, this is what helps us free the soul, so it can be free in the long run. So yeah, psychological maturity, becoming a mature person, all helps us, through the lessons we learn, through the development of our personality and things like that. This is all, there's levels to maturity, and so the lessons will help us, become more mature and ground us, and help us free the soul in the long run. And that's a very esoteric concept. the concept of like reincarnation and freeing the soul. So if that doesn't make sense to you, don't worry. Like, I barely understand it myself. I do understand it a tiny bit, but there's no ego attached to my understanding or not understanding of it. Let's see. So the point is, when you do the morning practice, you're stimulating the Kundalini, which is all about having a powerful, prosperous, healing, constructive human experience. So yeah, the Kundalini wants to, it's the powerful, prosperous, healing, constructive human experience. It wants you to be prosperous, and it wants to heal you. It wants to be, it wants you to be constructive and all that. So, it's a very, it's a really good thing. Now, so once you get the Kundalini energy moving, it's like having a vehicle, and the vehicle will take you anywhere you want to go. If you've got a vehicle that's primed to take you anywhere you want to go, but if there's nobody behind the wheel, then it's just going to spin in circles or not go anywhere at all. So so if there's nobody behind the wheel, then the car is just going to spin in circles, and nothing will happen. So you have to be behind the wheel, and so if you are behind the wheel, you raise the Kundalini. The vehicle is primed to go wherever you want, and you steer the vehicle where you want it to go using your intention. This is what intention is all about. It's about figuring out what makes you happy and going there, setting the intention. Like, this is what we're going to do in our lives, and this is what we're going to make happen. So that's kind of what intention is. So in the morning practice, you focused on your intention and what you want. And now, in the midday practice, we need to check our GPS to make sure that we're headed in the right direction. So we need to check in with our map, our GPS, our map, basically, and see where we're going. See if we're headed in the right direction, because our soul basically is the compass of our lives. So to prepare for the midday meditation, you need to make sure that you're in a quiet, comfortable environment where you won't be disturbed. You can go sit outside or lay inside on the couch. The point is to find a quiet, comfortable place where you can really be with yourself. And now you're going to ask yourself some questions. So the first question you'll ask yourself is, what is it that I truly want? What is it that I truly want? And meditate on that. Think about that for a minute. I'll let you think about that for a minute. I'm gonna grab some water. Okay, did you figure it out? So now it's important to know how to get yourself to answer that question correctly, because most people will say they want a lot of money, they want a Ferrari, they want a mansion by the beach, they want the trophy wife, the trophy husband, the whatever it is. But what they're really doing is saying what they think they're supposed to want. And this is why when they try to manifest these things, It never works because that's not what your soul wants. That's not what you truly want. So, you've got to ask yourself the question, what is it that I truly want? And the mansion, the Ferrari, the Lamborghini, the money, the millions of dollars, that's not what your soul actually wants. Most of the time. Most of the time, that's not what your soul wants. I would say 99% of the time, it's just not what your soul wants. So you have to know the difference between what you think you're supposed to do and what you truly actually want to do. So this is important. Ideally, you would never think about what you're supposed to do, and you'll be completely focused on what your soul wants to do. So yeah, so ideally, in the perfect world, you would only be focused on what your soul wants to do, and not what you're supposed to do, what's the right thing to do, what's good to do, what do other people want you to do. No. That's not gonna help you. So ideally, you'll never think about what you're supposed to do, and you'll be completely focused on what your soul wants to do. Because what you're supposed to do, in actuality, is to follow the commands of your soul. If you're not following the commands of your soul, that's because you're in conflict between what other people want you to do. Other people, what other people want you to do, like your parents, your spouse, like your parents or your spouse want you to be and do, and what your soul wants to be and do. So yeah, your parents, your spouse, your children, your friends, all that, you're in conflict between what they want and what your soul wants. And most people are operating from this this conflict. So the midday meditation is a practice designed to help refine your ability to listen to your soul. So first you ask yourself, what is it that you want? And now I'll explain the process of figuring out what your soul wants. I'll explain the process of figuring out what your soul wants. This is a method that was taught to me by a master shaman that I train with, and it works best when you can just relax and be honest with yourself, and really get into your feelings, really feel everything that I'm telling you. Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes and really feel everything that I'm saying to you. You want to feel it in your heart. Feel it in your heart. Don't just listen with your head. Instead, feel it with your heart. Okay, so let's begin. So you're gonna close your eyes. Imagine that you live in a fantasy world. And in this fantasy world, you don't need any money. You don't need any money. You don't need to work for a living. You don't have to make earning money a priority. The universe provides you with all the resources that you need when you're operating from your soul. Now, I want you to really feel that. The universe gives you everything that you need when you follow your soul desire. Just feel that. Feel the freedom in that. Really feel the weight lift off of your shoulders. Because the majority of people spend their entire lives stressing about money and spending all their time working a job that they hate just so they can put food on the table for their family and to pay bills. And their whole life is about working for their survival. This is a horrible existence. So it doesn't have to be this way. So imagine and feel the freedom of not having to do that. You don't have to make money to survive. The universe provides you with all the resources and everything you need in life when you follow the commands of your soul. So feel that. Even if you don't believe me, even if you don't believe that it's true, I want you to imagine it being true. I want you to imagine it being true, and feel the weight come off of your shoulders. Next, realize that you don't have to live up to anybody else's expectations of you. That means that you don't have to meet God's expectations, you don't have to meet your parents' expectations, you don't have to meet your spouse's expectations, you don't have to meet your child's expectations, you don't have to meet your friends' expectations, you don't have to meet your neighbor's expectations, and especially you don't have to meet society's expectations. Really feel the freedom in that. You don't have to meet anybody else's expectations. And sometimes those two are together. Sometimes the story we tell ourselves is, I'm supposed to work hard to make enough money to provide for my family because that's what they expect of me and that's what they need me to do. Well, now you don't have to worry about that. You will get all of the money and all of the resources that you need when you make your soul happy. And you don't need to worry about other people's expectations because when you put your soul first, everything else sorts itself out. So next, realize that you only have to do that which makes your soul happy. You only have to do that which makes you personally and selfishly happy. Now, I'm not talking about things that divert you, like abusing drugs and alcohol. Those are diversions. You do that when you're trying to run away from your uncomfortable feelings and dull your long-term pain from an issue in childhood with substances that make you feel temporarily better, give you temporary pleasure. Those substances will never be enough to heal the pain of the internal wounds in your heart. So, diversion and abusing drugs and alcohol is not what makes you truly happy. That will never make you truly happy. So instead, we only do what our soul wants. Instead, we only do what our soul wants. We only do what makes us deliriously and joyfully happy. So next, realize that you can do whatever you want. There are no limitations in life. Anything is possible. The only limitations are the ones you put on yourself. So when you think about what you want to do, and the first thought, when you think about what you want to do, and the first thought that pops up is, oh, that's not possible, or oh, that's too expensive, or I don't have money for that, or I don't live in the right part of the world to do that, or lockdown is preventing me from doing that, or whatever it is, forget about it. Just forget about it. You can do anything you want, no matter how impossible, no matter how impractical, no matter how silly, no matter how wrong, no matter how bad, no matter how, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Literally, whatever you want. There are no limitations. There are no limitations because your soul is God. Your soul is infinite. Your soul is all-powerful. And anything it commands is possible. So I want you to just feel that. It's important to know that you don't have to believe anything I'm telling you in this practice. All that you have to do is relax and feel it. This is the one time where I'm saying to focus on your feelings. Focus on feeling, limitless, joyful, happy, like everything in life is possible when you follow your soul. So now you're going to feel what it's like to know that all your needs are met. And when you follow your soul desire. So now you're going to feel what it's like to know that all your needs are met when you follow your soul desire. Feel that you don't have to worry about meeting other people's needs. Feel that you don't have to worry about meeting other people's needs and expectations. Feel that you'll only be doing what makes you happy in life. Your only focus in life is to do what makes you happy. Really feel that. Really let that sink in. That takes a lot of pressure off because most people compromise what makes them happy in order to make other people happy. Or think, well, isn't that selfish if I only focus on myself? What about other people? So just let all that go. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. You only have to worry about making yourself happy. What makes you happy? Just focus on that. And let me be very clear. This is important. I know some of you, when I say only focus on making yourself happy, you think, well, what about my kids? Or what about my husband? What about my wife? I have to take care of, my kids, my family, and all that. No, you don't. No, you don't. Let me explain why. So, you don't have to worry about taking care of your kids or taking care of your family. Here's why. If you're following what makes you happy and having a spouse and kids is part of your soul is part of your soul path, then you will enjoy taking care of your kids. You will enjoy taking care of your spouse. You'll enjoy spending time with your family and enjoy, doing the things, spending time with your spouse, all that. So you'll enjoy doing the things you're supposed to do anyway. So you'll enjoy doing the things that you're supposed to do anyway. Okay? So next, you can do anything you want. Just feel that. You can do literally anything you want. Feel that. What does that feel like? If you can imagine it and it makes you happy, you can do it. If you can imagine it and it makes you happy, you can do it. Really take some time and feel that. Anything that you imagine that makes you happy, you can do. So, I tell you guys that your soul is God. Would God give you a desire that you can't fulfill? No, that's silly. Why would he do that? So your soul is God, so anything that God commands, and your soul desire, you should think of it. You should think of your soul desire as a commandment from God. If you want to do the whole God thing, I explained in the other video what I mean by your soul is God. So, if you think about it as a commandment from God, then it's a commandment. It's not a suggestion. It's not a maybe you should do this. No, it's a command. And so, if you don't do what your soul wants, then you're just going to reincarnate, keep reincarnating, keep doing the cycle. And this is, you'll find a lot of people who are tired of reincarnation, but they want to escape. But the truth is, if they really embrace their humanity and really dig into their passions and their desires and really get into like the earthly material existence, then they're going to fulfill their soul desire. And then that, when their soul desire is fulfilled, then they go on to the next level. They don't reincarnate. So this is the end of the introduction to the morning to the so that's the introduction to the midday meditation practice for the self-transformation challenge. The actual guided meditation, which I put a lot of work into these videos, guys. I edit it, I put music, I put like my all into making these videos the best videos that you can get, I put a lot of, my hard work and effort into making these videos. So it would mean a lot if you're interested in this stuff. Just go check it out. It's $55 for a month, which, I mean, that's not bad. I pay that or more. I paid thousands of dollars to my shaman guru instructor. I paid him thousands of dollars, so $55 a month is not bad. I mean, in my opinion, if it's worth it to you, if you value it, then you'll go get it. So the actual guided meditation is available on my Patreon with the background music, the nice meditative music, my beautiful voice guiding you through the meditation. I got a comment the other day saying, "God, your voice is horrible." Oh well, what can I do about it? So yeah, go ahead and check that out over here. That's patreon.com/Gebo the Shaman. So yeah, go check it out. I'll be uploading phases 2 and 3 when we get a few more people in there. Yeah. So, yeah, that concludes the introduction to the morning, or to the, why do I keep saying morning? Midday meditation practice for the self-transformation challenge. If you want to check it out, Gebo the Shaman at patreon.com. Okay. The actual guided meditation is available over there. And yeah, we will talk to you guys later. I'm going to go drink some water because my throat is hurting. Alright, well, not really hurting, but it's, kind of dry.